Hello everyone, today I will show you uh, the two cases of the slice when the slice was passed as a parameter into the functions. The first case is the slice will be passed as the value of the slice, and the second case is that the slice will be passed as the point of the slice. So let me define a function which is called the for here. So in the first case, I want to pass the slice as a value of the slice. And the value of the slice means the slice will be copied and be passed here. So in the main function, I want to define a slice which is called the S0 and 1, 2, 3 is the default value, and I pass this slice into the for function. And in the for functions, I want to do some modify to the underlying array, so I change the first element of the underlying array. So let me modify the parameter here as a from AR to S because we pass a slice here, not an array. And we just give the first element of the underlying array to the value of 15. So let me print the value before the for functions execution and print the value of the underlying array again after the execution of the for functions. So what will happen is that the first element of the underlying array has been changed from 1 to 15. So this is because in this case we have the main function here and we have the for function here and we have an underlying array, and from the main function we pass the slice as a parameter to the for functions. And because in Go language everything is passed as a copied value, even the slice is a type of the point date, which it just stores the address of some value, but it will also be copied if it is passed as a parameters. So in the for functions, the copied slice was passed here, but both this slice in the main function and the slice in the for function are directed to the same underlying array. So if we change the first element of the underlying array here from the slice in the for function, it also means that the slice in the main function's underlying array is also changed. So the value here, I think here, will change the value from 1 to 15. So that's so. Another way is to pass the slice as pass a point of the slice. So the point of the slice is just add end mark before the variable of the slice, and here we just change the parameters type from the slice to the point of the slice. And here, because we just get the point of the slice, so we have to add an asterisk mark here. So when we try to execute it, it also shows us that the first element in the underlying array has been changed from the 1 to 15. So let me show you why this happened. In this case, we pass the point of the slice, not the slice, as a parameter to the for functions. So the point will be copied and be passed to the for function as the parameters. And in the for function, we get the point of the slice, and the point of the slice is directed to the slice in the main function. And what we do in the for function from the point of the slice is it will be reflected to the slice outside of the for function. So if we change the the first value, we change the, if we do this, from in the for function, the slice in the main function will be modified, and the underlying of the underlying array will be affected. So that is the reason why this also is good. So let me show you another case. Another case is that first I want to recover these things, and another case is that I want to modify the length of the slice. So the default length is 3, and I want to change the length from 3 to 2 in the for functions. And what will happen is that the underlying array will not be changed, and the output of this line and the output of this line will not be changed. So let me show you the result. Both of the output in the two lines will be the 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So let me show the reason why this happened. So so in this case, we pass the slice as a value. So the slice will be copied as a parameter and be passed to the for functions. And in the for functions, we in the for functions, we change the slice, the length of the slice in the for function from 3 to 2, but it will not affect the length of the slice in the main function, because the slice in the for function and the slice in the main function is a different. It's absolutely two slices. So although the length has been changed, the underlying array will not be affected, because the length is just from 3 to 2, not from the 3 to 4. So when we output the value, the underlying array, again after the execution of the for function, nothing will be changed. So if we want to apply the change in the for function to the outside area of the for function, what we will have to do is to pass the slice as a pointer of the slice here, and because we are using the pointer, so we have to use the asterisks to modify the slice directly. So here, if we output the result, we can see that the length has been changed after we execute the for function. So let me explain the reason why this happened. This is because in this case, we are not passing the value of the slice as a parameter in the for functions. We are passing the pointer of the slice as a parameter of the for functions. So the point will be, although the point will be copied, but they are directed to the same slice in the main functions. So if we do these changes in the for functions, it will affect the slice outside of the for function. It will affect the slice in the main function. So the slice in the main function will be changed from the length of 3 to the length of 2. And so when we output the value of the slice after the execution, what we will get is the result that it only have the 2 elements. So this is the second case that I want to show you. So the next case I want to show you is that, first let me recover it from the parameter of the pure slice. I want to append something to this slice in the for function. So in this case, what we will get is that the result of the two lines will be the same. Yes, it will be the same. In this case, we pass the slice as the value of the slice. So what will happen is the slice will be will be copied as a parameter, and in the for function, the copied slice will be operated. So what will be operated is the appending is here, this appending. So after the appending, the slice in the for function will at the first time the slice in the for function is directed to the array underlying array here, because the appending so the length of the original array is not enough to do the capabilities. So a new array will be generated, and the slice will in the for function will directed to the new array. But in the main function, the slice will still be directed to the original array. So in this case, a new array is generated, and the slice in the for function and the slice in the main function will be directed to the two different array. So if we want to apply the modifier in the main function from the for functions, what we have to do is to pass the slice as a point here, and because we are passing the parameter as a pointer, we have to use asterisks to operate the slice directly. Not we can operate the point of the slice directly. So that is what we have to do. So in this case, we can show that after the execution, the output has been changed, because in this case we are passing the parameter with the pointer of the slice. So the pointer will be copied and passed to the for functions, and in the for function the pointer is also be directed to the slice in the main function. So what do we do in the for function will affect the slice in the main function, and what we do is to append an element into the slice. So initially the slice in the main function is directed to the original array here, but after the dependence, the original array is not be able to hold the new element, which is 4. So in the memory, a new array will be generated here, and the slice in the main function will be directed to here. So if we output the slice in the main function, what we will get is a new underlying array. So that is what I want to explain to you today. So thanks for watching. See you next time.